What if I told you that Dorothy from Kansas spent over $200 a month on memory supplements, worried sick about forgetting her grandchildren's names, only to discover that a simple 50-cent food sitting in her refrigerator could have saved her years of anxiety? At 73, Dorothy was convinced her sharp mind was slipping away forever. But 6 months after changing just one breakfast habit, her doctor was amazed by her cognitive test results. Here's the surprising truth that's shaking up the senior health world in 2025. The humble egg, when eaten the right way, can actually improve 5 major health problems that terrify most people over 60. We're talking about memory decline, vision loss, muscle weakness, fragile bones, and heart disease. Recent groundbreaking research has completely flipped everything we thought we knew about eggs and aging. But here's the catch. Most seniors are eating eggs completely wrong, missing out on these life-changing benefits. If you're ready to discover the simple method that's helping thousands of Americans over 60 feel stronger, sharper, and more confident, then hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health tips, and tell me in the comments, what's your biggest fear about aging? Now, let's start with the problem that keeps most seniors awake at night: losing their precious memories. 1. From forgetting names to remembering everything. The Cho-line method. The first problem that terrifies most seniors is memory decline. You know the feeling. Names that once came easily now slip away. You walk into a room and forget why you're there. Simple words disappear from your vocabulary mid-sentence. These aren't just embarrassing moments anymore. They're warning signs that something precious is slipping away. James, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Milwaukee, lived this nightmare daily. After 40 years of remembering hundreds of students' names, he suddenly couldn't recall people he'd taught just 5 years earlier. His wife watched him struggle with basic conversations, and the fear in his eyes was heartbreaking. Was this the beginning of something much worse? The statistics are sobering. Nearly 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease, and every 65 seconds, someone develops this devastating condition. But here's where science offers hope that most people don't know about. Groundbreaking research from the Rush Memory and Aging Project followed thousands of seniors and discovered something remarkable. Those who regularly consumed eggs showed a 40% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. 40%. That's not a small improvement. That's life-changing protection. The secret weapon is choline, concentrated in egg yolks. Choline produces acetylcholine, your brain's primary communication chemical. Think of it as the internet connection between your brain cells. When the connection is strong, memories form clearly and retrieve easily. When it's weak, everything starts to break down. Here's the shocking part. Just one whole egg delivers nearly 30% of your daily choline needs in a form your body can actually use. Unlike synthetic supplements that often pass through your system unabsorbed, the choline in eggs is what scientists call highly bioavailable. But most seniors are making a devastating mistake. They're throwing away the egg yolk, the very part containing the memory-protecting choline. Decades of cholesterol fear have led people to toss away their brain protection every single morning. The Morning Brain Boost protocol changed everything for James. 2 whole eggs, cooked in olive oil within 1 hour of waking up. The healthy fat helps your body absorb the choline more effectively. He added fresh blueberries, which contain antioxidants that create a synergistic brain protective effect with the egg nutrients. The timing matters. Your brain is most receptive to these nutrients in the morning, when your digestive system is primed for maximum absorption. Within 3 months, James was remembering names, following conversations clearly, and his cognitive test scores amazed his doctor. This isn't just about memory. It's about maintaining your dignity, your independence, and your connection to the people you love. But sharp memory means nothing if you can't see clearly enough to enjoy those precious moments you're now remembering so well. 2. Seeing life in full color again. The lutein advantage. The second threat to your independence is even more immediate than memory loss. It's the gradual theft of your vision. One day you're reading the newspaper clearly, and the next you're holding it at arm's length, squinting at words that seem to blur together. Colors start to fade. Faces become harder to recognize. The world slowly loses its sharpness. Margaret from Dallas experienced this heartbreak firsthand. At 68, she received a beautiful handwritten birthday card from her granddaughter. But when she tried to read it, the words were just fuzzy shapes on paper. The child had spent hours carefully writing, "Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you so much." Margaret never got to read those precious words. That moment broke her heart and terrified her about losing her independence. Age-related macular degeneration affects more than 2 million Americans over 50, and that number is expected to double by 2050. Cataracts cloud the vision of more than 24 million Americans over 40. These aren't just statistics. They represent millions of people losing the ability to drive, read, recognize faces, and enjoy the visual richness of life. But here's what eye doctors are discovering about eggs. Hidden in the golden yolk are two powerful antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds act like natural sunglasses for your eyes, concentrating in your retina to filter harmful blue light and protect against oxidative damage. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that consuming just 1 egg per day significantly increased both lutein and zeaxanthin levels in the blood, which directly correlates with improved macular pigment density. This matters because macular pigment density is your eye's natural defense against vision-robbing diseases. What makes eggs special is bioavailability. Your body absorbs lutein from eggs far more efficiently than from vegetables alone. Spinach contains lutein, but without fat, most of it passes right through your system unused. Eggs provide both the lutein and the fat needed for absorption in one perfect package. Here's the vision protection technique that's helping seniors preserve their eyesight. Cook your eggs in healthy fat like olive oil or butter. The lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble, meaning they need fat to be absorbed effectively. Eat the whole egg because these antioxidants concentrate in the yolk. Pair your eggs with dark leafy greens for maximum effect, and consume them with your largest meal of the day when your digestive system is working at full capacity. The difference between raw eggs and cooked eggs with fat is dramatic. Raw egg absorption is minimal. Cooked eggs improve absorption significantly, but cooked eggs with healthy fat can increase lutein absorption by up to 300%. Margaret started eating 2 eggs cooked in olive oil every morning with her breakfast. She added spinach to her scrambled eggs and made sure to eat them with her main meal. Within 4 months, she noticed colors seemed brighter. Reading became easier. Most importantly, she could finally read her granddaughter's handwritten notes clearly. This isn't just about preventing vision loss. It's about maintaining the visual richness that makes life worth living. Clear vision helps you stay independent. But what about having the physical strength to enjoy that independence? 3. From weak to warrior. The complete protein strategy. The third silent destroyer of senior independence is muscle loss. It happens so gradually you don't notice until one day you struggle to get up from a chair, climb stairs, or carry groceries. What used to be effortless becomes exhausting. Your body feels like it's betraying you. This condition is called sarcopenia, and it's stealing strength from millions of seniors. After age 30, you lose 3 to 8% of your muscle mass every decade. By 70, many people have lost 40% of their peak muscle mass. This isn't just about looking frail. Muscle loss leads to falls, fractures, loss of independence, and a dramatic decline in quality of life. Robert, a 72-year-old retired carpenter from North Carolina, knew this fear intimately. The man who once built houses with his bare hands suddenly couldn't lift his grandson without his back aching. Simple tasks like getting out of bed became a struggle. He felt like he was disappearing, becoming weaker each day. But here's what gerontologists are discovering about protein and aging. Eggs contain all 9 essential amino acids in perfect proportions, making them a complete protein source superior to most plant-based options for seniors. Most importantly, eggs are rich in leucine, the amino acid that directly triggers muscle protein synthesis. The research is clear. Seniors need more protein than younger adults, not less. Yet most older Americans eat most of their protein at dinner when their bodies are least able to use it effectively. This timing mistake accelerates muscle loss. Here's the muscle preservation protocol that's helping seniors reclaim their strength. Consume 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 2 hours of waking up. 2 to 3 eggs provide the optimal leucine threshold needed to stimulate muscle building. The cooking method matters for digestion. Scrambled or poached eggs are easier on aging digestive systems than hard-boiled eggs. But here's the secret most people miss. Distribute your protein throughout the day, not just at dinner. Morning protein consumption boosts your metabolism 25% higher than evening protein. Your muscles are most responsive to protein in the morning when growth hormone levels are naturally elevated. Combine this with light resistance exercise. Even lifting soup cans or doing chair exercises while eating your protein-rich breakfast amplifies the muscle-building effect. The combination of morning protein and movement creates a powerful signal for your body to maintain and build muscle mass. Robert followed this protocol religiously. 2 scrambled eggs every morning, cooked in olive oil, with light stretching exercises afterward. Within 3 months, he was playing with his grandson again, lifting him easily and building a treehouse together. Strong muscles are your foundation for independence, but they're only as reliable as the bones that support them. 4. Building unbreakable bones, the vitamin D connection. The 4th threat to your golden years is perhaps the most dangerous because it's completely invisible until disaster strikes. Bone loss happens silently, weakening your skeleton from the inside until one simple fall can shatter your independence forever. Osteoporosis affects 54 million Americans, with 1 in 2 women and 1 in 4 men over 50 experiencing an osteoporosis-related fracture in their lifetime. Hip fractures are especially devastating. Within 1 year of a hip fracture, 24% of seniors over 50 die from complications. Many who survive never regain their independence. Helen from Portland learned this harsh reality when her routine bone density scan revealed osteopenia, the precursor to osteoporosis. At 69, she was terrified. Her mother had suffered multiple fractures and spent her final years confined to a wheelchair. Helen was determined not to follow the same path. Most people think calcium is the answer to bone health. They're half right. Calcium is essential, but without vitamin D, calcium supplements are essentially useless. Your body cannot absorb calcium effectively without adequate vitamin D levels. Yet most seniors are severely vitamin D deficient, especially those living in northern climates or spending limited time outdoors. Here's where eggs become crucial for bone health. Eggs are one of the few natural food sources of vitamin D, with pasture-raised eggs containing up to 4 times more vitamin D than conventional eggs. The vitamin D in eggs enhances calcium absorption in your intestines and helps your body deposit that calcium in your bones where it belongs. The bone builder technique requires strategic timing and food combining. Choose pasture-raised eggs when possible for maximum vitamin D content. Eat your eggs with calcium-rich foods like yogurt or cheese to maximize the synergistic effect. Consume this combination in the morning when vitamin D absorption peaks. Then spend 10 to 15 minutes in sunlight to boost your body's natural vitamin D synthesis. Never separate the whites from the yolks when focusing on bone health. The vitamin D concentrates in the yolk, along with other bone-supporting nutrients like phosphorus and protein. The timing matters more than most people realize. Vitamin D absorption peaks in the morning and decreases throughout the day, making breakfast the optimal time for bone-building nutrition. Helen implemented this protocol immediately. 2 pasture-raised eggs cooked in butter, served with Greek yogurt and a sprinkle of cheese, followed by a morning walk in the sunshine. She also added light weight-bearing exercises to stimulate bone formation. Her follow-up bone density scan 6 months later shocked her doctor. Not only had her bone loss stopped, but she was actually showing improvement in several areas. Strong bones gave her the confidence to stay active and independent. But bones and muscles are only as healthy as the heart that pumps life through them. 5. The Great Cholesterol Myth. How eggs actually protect your heart. The 5th and perhaps most misunderstood threat to senior health is heart disease. For decades, eggs were vilified as heart attack culprits because of their cholesterol content. Millions of seniors have avoided eggs, believing they were protecting their hearts. They were dead wrong. This myth has cost countless seniors the heart protective benefits of one of nature's most perfect foods. The fear was so widespread that entire generations of older Americans eliminated eggs from their diets, often replacing them with processed cereals and sugary breakfast foods that actually increased their heart disease risk. The cholesterol confusion started in the 1960s with flawed research that failed to distinguish between dietary cholesterol and blood cholesterol. Scientists now understand these are completely different things. For most people, eating cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels. Your liver produces 75% of your body's cholesterol regardless of what you eat. The most compelling evidence comes from a massive 2025 study by Monash University that followed healthy older adults for years. The results were stunning. Regular egg consumption was associated with a 29% lower risk of cardiovascular death. 29%. That's not a small reduction. That's a life-saving difference. But here's what makes this even more remarkable. Eggs actually increase HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that protects your heart, by removing harmful cholesterol from your arteries. They also provide choline, which helps regulate homocysteine levels, an inflammatory marker linked to heart disease. Eggs contain omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and support healthy blood vessel function. The heart protection protocol focuses on preparation and balance. Moderate consumption of 1 to 2 eggs daily is optimal for most seniors. The cooking method is crucial. Poached or soft-boiled eggs preserve the delicate omega-3 fatty acids better than frying at high temperatures. Balance your eggs with heart-healthy fats like avocado or olive oil to maximize the cardiovascular benefits. Some people are hyper-responders to dietary cholesterol, meaning their blood cholesterol levels are more sensitive to food choices. If you have a family history of heart disease or take cholesterol medications, monitor your response with regular blood tests and work with your healthcare provider. Here's your complete 7-day transformation plan. Days 1 and 2. Start with 1 egg daily and track your energy levels. Days 3 through 5. increase to 2 eggs, and experiment with different cooking methods. Days 6 and 7, implement the full protocol with proper timing and food combinations. Week 2 and beyond, assess your improvements and adjust as needed. Important safety considerations include consulting your doctor if you have familial hypercholesterolemia, a genetic condition affecting cholesterol metabolism. Some medications may interact with increased egg consumption, so always discuss dietary changes with your healthcare provider. This isn't about perfection. It's about giving your body the nutrients it needs to thrive in your golden years. 5 major health problems. 1 simple solution: memory protection, vision preservation, muscle strength, bone health, and heart protection, all from eating eggs the right way. No expensive supplements or complicated diets needed. Your 7-day challenge starts tomorrow morning. 2 whole eggs, cooked in healthy fat, within an hour of waking. Track your energy and mental clarity. Share your results in the comments below. What's your biggest aging concern from today's discussion? Let's talk about it. Next week, we're revealing the surprising vegetable that could add 10 years to your life. Subscribe for more science-backed senior health tips. Your best years are still ahead.